Hey, what's up, guys? Ace of Spades here. I'm pulling you a video to the interwebs on the YouTubes. Doing a video of royal tanks on, just good replays and stuff. I'm playing on Erlenberg. I believe that. Yep, Ellenberg. Nope, I had a red first one. Erlenberg, my WZ-120. I'm joined with my friend Evil95. He's in the T30, and we are going to do some killing. And let's just go ahead and jump right into it. Now, as a note, my 120 has the first 122, I believe it is. If I remember off the top of my head. No, 100. That's 100. Has the first 100, costs 60 or 59,000 experience. It's before the tier 10 gun that gets put on the 121. And I have the stock engine, so it's a little bit sluggish. But I make do with what I'm got, what I'm given. So here we go. Now on this map, I like to go on the 1-2 line with just about any tank. The only exception to that is I go to the 9-0 with my light tanks, but I don't go to the 9-0 with any other tank because I don't like how it becomes RE central. It's just way too easy for artillery to hit you over there. Whereas you got a giant castle and some hills and elevated terrain on this side of the map to cover you. So, what I'm going to be doing at the start here is I'm trying to take an aggressive position, if I can speak. Aggressive position with my 120, and we're going to push the castle with T30, T34-3, a T20, and a T54 light. And, we've got a pretty decent split. We've got 2 light tanks, an FCM, a KV5, and a River Patent or not River Patent, why am I calling it River Patent? It's a Tier 9 Patent. And hopefully, they're going to be having a decent split to their forts as well, and that side of our team can hold that side of the map. So we're going to try to make an aggressive little push forward to try to get some early shots on some of the tanks that are pushing towards the castle. Now, unfortunately, we put a shot in the KV4 in his side armor, but because of the extreme angling, it just bounced. But pretty easy to penetrate flat box armor OHO side armor, so that one goes right onto it. Now, the one thing you have to consider with the 120 is if you've never played it, it has atrocious gun pressure. You cannot aim down at all. I think it's something like 4 or 5 degrees. It's terrible. So what I'm doing here is I'm just going up and down the slope to show only my turret armor, but still allow me to shoot people. I take a shot there at the KV5's turret. It was a, why not kind of situation where it could pen, it could not. In that situation, unfortunately, because of the extreme angle, it just ricocheted on me. Now, at this time in the game, I am currently running the T34, but besides that, on the other side of the map, there is the team that I was counting on has now been swarmed. The KV5 is dead, and the Patton is dead, and the light tanks and the WZ-120 over on that side have just really cleaned up shop, which is unfortunate because now that side has fallen and already needs to move. This KV5 pushes me, but I just kind of play the waiting game here and wait for him to poke out so I can put a shot into his R2-D2 or his top commander's hatch. Unfortunately, because we were showing so much of our side armor, that he just puts a shot into our side armor, and that's unfortunate. Now I'm trying to shoot the commander's hatch from Pula, but the .36 accuracy, I believe it is on this gun, is not being very kind to me right now. That one goes through, finds its home. He ricochets off my turret armor, so now we're pretty happy about that. And we scared him off. So I see my friend in the T30, he's gone back to the base to defend. And he's currently faced with a light tank that's been killed by the RD. And a 120 and another light tank. So the KV5's not pushing me, so I'm going to try to push over on this ridge to find a shot. I take one at the 120, but unfortunately it misses. Which is sad. And the 120 and the Type 62 are just kind of doing mad dash. Looks like the Type 62 is bloodthirsty 704 are back-shattered. So the KV-4 pushes forward, and this gives the KV-5 a lot of confidence to push forward too. Put one into his R2-D2, and then we just take our time, put another one in R2-D2. I was hoping he wouldn't have the time to reload, but unfortunately he did. So here I am. I'm just going to try to help out with this KV-4 as he pushes forward. I try to put a shot into his back. I like to do that if I decide on any tank, just to, on the off chance that you do get an engine fire. It helps a lot, and it makes you feel really good when you make them burn 20,000 credits with one of those automatic fire extinguishers. So this 120 looks like he's getting handled, and I'm trying to decide right there whether I should stay there and try to help the OHO and the T30 or go back to base. And since the AMX M445 shows up, I decide base is probably where I'm going to be more useful, as I can't really flank and help the OHO and the T30 without possibly opening myself up to the Object 704 that was last spotted at G9. We can only assume he went down the left flank, but we can't be certain. I get really lucky there, bounce the T30 shell off my rear armor. He's pissed, because that's like 265 penetration off the rear of my turret. I can only assume with the rear turret. It would just be even worse with my rear armor. Full armor. Okay. So now, things have calmed down a little bit. We've killed the pesky lights and mediums that have rushed forward. My friend, Evil95, is watching the cap, and I'm trying to see if either the OHO or the T30 would like to push on the castle to try to flank him. But it doesn't seem like that. So it looks like they have that handled to take out the OHO, so I'm just going to try to get vision on the cap. I'm thinking, if this Object 704 is over here, and if he wants to push the cap like he's going to have to do, then I should be able to spot him from here. But the thing I forget, 704 got pretty decent camo on that thing. So with my atrocious view range, I'm assuming it's 350 from my aiming circles, the little circles on the mini-map, that I'm not going to be able to spot him, most likely. But if I do, that would be good. So we're just playing the waiting game right now. I'm waiting to see if one of these 704s are going to show up here. But unfortunately, the 704 gets on the cap without me spotting him. So now I have to go and progress forward. I choose to go along the B line just because in case the 704, his buddy 704, is further back in camo waiting to shoot me, I don't want to get shot by an invisible 704. So I'm going to focus on just getting spots for my friend, the T30, because he will be able to safely and more accurately finish off the 704 than I could with my 120. So I can only take one hit from the 704 in this with 1,000 hit points. I use the dead Tier 7 French tank to get some spots on the 704 and start yelling at my teammate, "Hey, hit him!" But unfortunately he misses, but it looked cool. So it's up to me. I'm like, okay, push forward. Try to put a shot into his track to track him, but unfortunately all it does is damage the track. But we get a reset on the cap, so we bought ourselves some time. Now that one finds a tone from the T30, my friend. He put 720 damage into him, which is good for me. Now I'm feeling confident that I can actually start putting some shells into him. Should be about 3-4 shots, depending on how I roll. 704 decides he's had enough of my shenanigans and rushes me. But he fires too quickly, misses, and now he's just toast because I can reload twice for his one. APCR was a little bit of overkill on his lower plate, but just one better safe than sorry. Yeah. Almost driving to the river because of my bad driving, but we're good. Now I'm doing a little bit of dancing here just because how much of a heartbreak would it be to get splashed by an artillery and just be out? Terrible. So there's one T30 on the one line. There is a 704 on the B line. So 2 tank destroyers that do 750 damage that I gotta deal with. Hopefully my friend in the T30 will be able to put some meaty shots in. So I come over here in the hopes that either the T-30 will spot him or I will spot him. So I try to use this dead body over here as some cover to get some spots in this flank. But unfortunately, I don't spot anything. And because my commander doesn't have 6th sense, I don't know if I got spotted either. That T-30 could be sitting where he was at the G1H1 area on that hill and using his superior gun depression to only show his turret armor. But luckily for us, the T-30 decides to push forward, and I try to line up the shot. Now, I shoot the dirt, unfortunately, and the T-30, he misses. So, try to find a shot here. Hopefully he doesn't die. Oh, okay. Already takes him out of the game, so it's just me and this T-30. Now, I was already aimed, put a shot into his cupola. Now, I think I have to take cover, but I don't. I remember that, once again, large caliber shell, I reload faster. Just put a safe shot into his whole armor. Move forward. Narrowly dodge already. Now, with solid 214 hit points, I am very worried about artillery. Either one could splash kill me. And they would not think twice about it. So with the T-30 threat now cleared up on the 1-2 line, it is now my job to move over to the B line. Making a beeline for the B line. And hopefully find me some juicy 704 and kill him without getting splashed by the artillery. Now, unfortunately, I don't spot anything again because of my atrocious view range, so I don't know where that 704 is. I'm just driving to the river because I'm trying to dance, not paying attention where I'm going. So, at this point in the game, I've done 5,231 damage. It's been a pretty awesome game. I've had a huge impact on it. Got 5 kills. My teammates got 2. Has 2. My English so good. So it's a pretty good game. So even if I would die, I would be sad because it's kind of a heartbreak. But I would still be happy because it was a good game. So I try to push on the B line to just try to spot the 704, but then all of a sudden the M5355 shows up. This raises a question. Why is there an M5355 pushing when they still have a 704 alive? And once again, because of this atrocious gun depression, couldn't find a shot on the 5355, so I just decided to wait it out until I get unspotted and then push over to the right. Try to ambush him, because if he has to traverse, it's more likely he's going to miss. And luckily for us, he missed. So now we get to take our time and line up another shot. Now, since I didn't get shot by a 704 there, it begs the question of where is the 704? And why did he send artillery before himself? So I decided to push forward. Now there's 704, but he's looking the complete opposite direction and he's at 3% health. It is now clear why they already moved forward, because his teammate has either crashed or gone AFK. Who knows? And I'm really worried because he is in a spot where I cannot easily hit him while in cover of buildings. I try to prop myself up to shoot over the hill, but I cannot. But then I decided, you know what, stop being a pansy, just drive out there and shoot. Risk it all, right? Alright, so now it's a one-on-one for the artillery. I kill him in 2 shots, he kills me with 1. Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? Me or that? Looks like I don't. 2 minutes left in the game, and I have to find this artillery. I start heading towards K0, thinking that's where all arty would be, but I get shot from behind. Shot at. I didn't get shot. I got shot at. And there's an artillery out in the open, and it's pretty easy what happens. We just finish him off. That's the game. This was easily the best game that I've ever had in the 120. And I don't even have it fully upgraded. Imagine how great this tank would be with a top engine, you know, a commander with 6 cents, and the big gun from the tier 10. It'd be spectacular. I've heard glory stories of it. Awesome. So our end result is we picked up 8 kills, secured ourselves the Top Gun, obviously, and helped carry our team to victory. Pretty good result. About 1650 damage. We took most of our hit points of damage. Now, if you guys like this video, like, subscribe, all that tomfoolery. If you have any replays you want me to review, send me a message, send it to me. I'll be glad to. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Bye.